This is Season 8, Episode 167 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, trucker Tim Cicerelli.
Well, hello, friends, and welcome to Episode 167 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Tim Cicerelli here. You can call me Trucker Tim, and coming up in the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to run down a few topics that we hope will keep you entertained and a little educated and hopefully a little inspired as well, too, as you make your way down the road. Coming up, we've got a critical safety reminder, walking you through the proper mountain and grade descent procedure. We'll be relaying that information from our safety supervisor, Mr. Terrence Burgess. We're also shining a light on Navy veteran Rendell Thompson, who talks about patience, self-competition, and showing up every day with consistency to provide for his family. Plus, we sit down with an 18-year Stevens Transport veteran driver, Andres Sanchez III. He shares his wisdom on loyalty, adapting to new technology. A lot of it has changed over the last 18 years, and making a successful life, providing for his family while driving behind the wheel. And it's been a little while since we've tipped our Stevens cap in appreciation. We will do that at the end of the episode. But first, with winter right around the corner, we get a visit from Senior Director of Safety Ken Resta. He joins me for a deep dive on how Stevens uses cutting-edge weather optics technology to keep you safe. That's right now on our Stevens Roundtable. It's our Stevens Roundtable. The leaves have fallen, or they're still falling in certain parts of the country, and snow is even falling in certain parts of the country already. And here to join us to help us with our weather preparedness again is our Senior Director of Safety, Ken Resta. Thanks for coming back, Ken, and joining us.
Thanks for having me, Tim.
We got to get ready for winter, and that means a lot. So why don't you go ahead and let our drivers know what their first step needs to be as we prepare.
Yeah, October, November, getting into the heavier months where it's the end of fall, early winter, right? We may see sunny and 70 when we start our trip and end up in a place where there's snow on the ground, right? That's the reality of the Pacific Northwest and the upper Midwest. And so in our efforts to prepare for that weather, we've already started to look at some of our software and some of the platforms that we engaged last year.
Yeah.
Weather optics, great tool. We brought them on board last year during the winter. It offers us the ability to look at ground level forecasting.
Awesome.
Right. From that, we can strategically place geofences that will alert our drivers in real time of upcoming travel restrictions, upcoming storms, road closures, right? All of the elements that they can potentially run into, chain law locations or road shutdowns, high winds. The benefits of that weather optics program increases for us daily. And I'll just share with you, Tim, a recent addition to that is optimized routing. We can look at weather forecasting, take our driver's current shipment and what it has been provided to them by the GPS and offer them a reroute around the storm when possible.
How about that?
Wow. How about that?
That's incredible.
So our operations team, our safety team, are working right now behind the scenes to make sure that all of the packaging of those geofences is set up and ready to go. So we just flip the switch as the forecast models change.
So this can happen mid-route?
It can happen mid-route.
So a driver manager would communicate with the driver, or they would just learn through this platform?
So two ways to answer that. First is that the weather optics will give them an audible alert through their onboard device.
Awesome.
And it will say, storm ahead. In a reroute prompt, the operations person, the planner, someone from safety can send a prompt to the driver that offers them an optional bypass route. Sometimes it's better to just shut down, right? Because the weather may not be any better on the alternate routes, and we'll take that case by case. In other scenarios, if we know that storm is moving northeast, for example, we can route that driver for a couple of extra miles around the southeast side of it, right? And that's what we're really looking for, is how can we best approach from a service standpoint and from a safety standpoint our driver making on-time delivery when possible, as long as it doesn't interfere with their ability to do it safely.
Do it safely. And how wonderful for our drivers, too. Honestly, they don't have to think about it. They just have to follow the instructions. This isn't a decision that they need to make. I would imagine this is just, hey, listen, we're going to make the decision for you based upon the data that we receive through the technology that we have and the communication initiatives between the driver through the app and or their driver manager.
That's right. We're going to give our best recommendations and our best effort at giving them real-time information. At the end of the day, nothing can replace a driver making a good decision at the moment, right? We see the road conditions are changing, they're deteriorating. Being a responsible member of the company, whether you're a driver or a manager, it's our responsibility to take action, right? Whether that's from the outside sending you some good information, or from the behind the wheel for you, our drivers, to say, I'm going to pull over and make a phone call. Yeah. I don't think I should continue to be out on the road in these conditions. Yeah. And that's really what we're looking for with this data.
Wonderful. Our Senior Director of Safety, Ken Resta, joining us, and you'll be with us quite a bit here over the next few months, because this is time to be the safest.
Always good to see you, Tim.
Thank you, buddy. Okay, from our Senior Director of Safety, Ken Resta, to our friend Terrence Burgess, our Safety Supervisor, who sends out a weekly email with some safety reminders. This week, we're talking about safe mountain and grade descent procedure without Jake brakes. Here's what Terrence wants me to pass along to you. Number 1, gear selection. Determine the correct gear by taking the total number of drive gears and dividing by 2. For example, for a 12-speed transmission, use the 6th gear. Lock the transmission in manual mode to prevent automatic upshifting. Number 2, braking techniques. Use light, steady pressure, or the snub braking method. Snub braking involves applying the brakes firmly to reduce speed by about 5 miles per hour below your safe descent speed, then releasing them to allow the brakes to cool, and repeat as needed to maintain control. You can refer to the mountain driving section in the online driver's manual or contact safety for detailed guidance. Number 3, brake inspection. Always perform a thorough brake inspection before descending. Check for proper brake adjustment. Inspect the airlines and the connections, and ensure brake pads and drums are in good condition. Number 4, air tank maintenance. At the end of each day, as a part of your post-trip inspection, your PTI, drain your air brakes to remove any moisture. This helps prevent freezing in cold weather, which can lead to brake failure. And finally, number 5, trip planning. Know the roads and weather conditions ahead of time. Use this information for effective trip planning to avoid surprises on steep grades. That is your safety reminder of the week from our safety supervisor, Terrence Burgess. Coming up, we're going to tip that big 10-gallon Stevens cap in appreciation, plus a couple of driver spotlights for you as well, next on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Now more than ever, truck drivers are true American heroes. The men and women who literally keep America moving by delivering goods across the country. Being a professional driver is a rewarding, financially lucrative, long-term career filled with exciting adventures. A career where you'll never have to worry about job security. If you have your CDL and keep it up, it will sustain you for the long haul. You can see the country, serve your country, and provide a good life for your family. Whether you'd rather haul on a dedicated route or lane, or prefer working with one specific customer, if you want to own your business, we have a program that sets you up for success with all the tools and support you need. We've got opportunities in our intermodal rail division and have programs to help military veterans transition into trucking careers. We have second generations of drivers whose parents have driven for Stevens, who then trained their children and are now truck drivers. Some are even small fleet owners. So, whatever your dream is, you can achieve it right here at Stevens. If you're looking for a company with a 40-plus year track record that's never had a layoff and just had the largest pay increase in company history for both new and experienced drivers, Stevens Transport has you covered. We offer the finest tools and technology and provide our drivers with the best state-of-the-art equipment on the market. Our infrastructure will support you both on and off the road. As a driver for Stevens, you become part of our family. Many companies throw the word family around. We're family-owned, family-run, and family-driven. Our 40-plus years of success is built on family. At Stevens, you're not just a number. Our drivers are part of our extended family, and we recognize and honor them every chance we get. If you want to be among the top income earners among professional drivers, if you want great benefits, if you want to have every type of driving opportunity at your fingertips, if you want to be part of a company that will stand behind you and ensure your success, come join the Stevens Transport family today and become an American hero. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step toward your future career with the best trucking company in America. Become part of the Stevens Transport family today by calling our recruiting department at 1-800-333-8595 or apply online at stevenstransport.com.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off-duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With two drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With two drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. If you wouldn't mind, when you hit your next stop, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. If it's a platform with a podcast on it, we are there. And by following the podcast, you'll have a brand new episode waiting for you each and every week as soon as it's released. And if you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review. Tell us what you like about the show and what you'd like changed. We are producing this podcast for you to keep you educated, informed, and hopefully a little entertained as well. Okay, let's pull some audio from a video you can find on the Stevens Transport YouTube channel. This is a driver spotlight video about a Navy veteran who shares how patience, self-competition, and daily dedication drive his success both on and off the road. From learning to adapt to life on the road to mentoring new drivers. This driver's story reminds us that greatness comes from consistency. This is the story of driver Rendell Thompson.
Rendell Thompson, professional driver from New Orleans, Louisiana. Police completion, you know what I mean? I had a journey for 2 years and it's all smiles. You know, ain't nothing like accomplishing a goal, setting a goal and accomplishing it, you know what I mean? When you can see, you know, the fruits of your labor, ain't nothing like it. There's definitely a lot more into it than you think. Like, it ain't just I'm just gonna start a business and do it. You know what I mean? I learned a lot of ins and outs, you know what I mean, on how to really get to the success rate, you know, of course, all while being safe. For me, it's just, you know, having my kids something that they can look back on and be like, man, look what my dad did. I think what makes me so successful is my efficiency. Take every day I come, look at every day like it's another day to be great. And I actually have greatness to add it across my own. And that's all I chase every day. I'm competing with myself. Not necessarily, if you was a driver, I wouldn't be competing with you like, that has nothing to do with me. Your goals is your goals, your life path is your life path, and mine is mine. So for me, it's just looking at every day like it's another day to be great. I know you probably heard this 1,000 times. I mean, it almost feel like a family, away from your family. When you come in, it's a little bit different than just talking to somebody here and there on the phone. But when you come in, they kind of just embrace you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing your story, Rendell. We will have a link to that video in the episode notes. It's our driver's spotlight, and now we've got somebody who's been with Stevens for many, many, many years. How many years you been with Stevens Transport?
18 years.
18 years, you know that voice. It's Andres Sanchez III. 18 years, buddy. You must really like what you do, Andres.
It's fun. Driving a big truck, right? I mean,
I know, what's not fun about that, right? We, as kids, we used to roll those trucks on the carpet, remember?
Exactly. As a kid, you roll these trucks. I mean,
yeah.
You won't know until you physically get behind the wheel. But yeah, 18 years. That's
pretty exhilarating. Let me ask you, in the 18 years that you've been driving, all for Stevens Transport?
Correct.
All right, all for Stevens Transport. And the reason I ask that question and qualify it that way is because we know that Stevens Transport is industry leading in providing their drivers with the best equipment and the best trucks. For you, for 18 years, you must have seen some incredible changes inside that cab and how you navigate that big old truck on the road.
Oh, yes. I came in here when the fleet were the old T2000s, the blue ones.
Mm-hmm. The blues, yeah. Once upon a time, the trucks were blue. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's amazing to see how time has flown by. But being able to see the whole yard blue trucks, and now I'm seeing all black trucks, very upgraded. No doubt about it that Stevens provides the latest technology up to date.
Yeah, more than just how they look, of course, right? Which are beautiful, but the technology inside too. How has it been for you to adjust to the changes with the technology over the last now almost 2 decades?
It's not too bad. It's not one of my favorable. I've always been old-fashioned.
I'm with you, buddy. Yeah,
just simple tools, simple skills. But now it's having to adapt. But I mean, I can see the reason why we have to upgrade, and it's just to keep the company at high standards of having able to have skilled drivers.
Yeah.
And preventing accidents all year long.
That's what it comes down to, right? And a lot of that technology is designed to do just that, to mitigate the accidents, keep you safe, and keep the motoring public safe. For some of our younger drivers, or maybe somebody who's listening to this podcast who stumbled across it because they're doing their research and they're looking to determine which company to hitch their wagon to, like you have for the last 18 years, what advice would you give some of these new drivers about entering this industry and with Stevens Transport in particular?
Not to be afraid. You know, if it's something that gets your interest, why not? Give it a shot. And everything and anything can be done, you know, regardless of the equipment, regardless of the technology. But if you just take your time to learn it, just take your time. That's all it is.
And follow the process, right? That's what I've heard.
The process, the procedures, whatever. And anyone can do any job as long as you dedicate yourself to put your mind to it. So
18 years you have behind the wheel. A great decision for your life? To spend your life?
It was a good learning. You know, I grew up in the area, so I used to drive by and see it. And, you know, when I came out of high school, I worked in warehouses to the day I became a truck driver. And truck drivers would tell me all the time, like, hey, why don't you become a truck driver? And I used to go out there, and I'm like, I don't know. It
looks
just
intimidating.
Took you 45 minutes to get into this dock. But some of these places, they were pretty hard to get into. And they're like, oh, it's not that bad. And I used to look, you know, look at the truck and look at the trailer. I'm like, that's a big equipment for me to move. But once you're behind the wheel, it's not that bad.
Well, that qualifies what you said at the beginning is some of the advice that you want to give to some of the newer drivers is don't be afraid, because that was intimidating. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to navigate that big old monster?
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
You've been doing it for 18 years, and now you could probably do it with your eyes closed. Don't, but you probably could, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but, you know, it's, you know, you just got to make sure that, you know, safety is always on your mind when driving this equipment.
Yeah.
They are big, they are heavy, and they are dangerous in the road.
Yeah.
But if you follow the protocols, the guidelines, it's not a problem. And you're going to make money.
And you're going to make money.
You just got to work hard to make money. I've been a company since day one, and I've always been pursued for contractor, but it never got to me where I was doing okay as a company. I mean, at least for me.
Sure.
If you're going to go for higher numbers, ownership, well, yeah, no doubt about it. But if you work just as hard,
as a company driver, you're saying?
Yeah, as a company driver, agreed. I've provided for my family since day one. And
that says it all right there.
Taking care of the kids, all by myself. And I still have money left over.
And I still have money left over every week. If that isn't the definition of success, I don't know what is. Andres Sanchez III, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, before we pump the brakes on episode 167, let's tip that Stevens 10-gallon cap in appreciation for a job well done. We are really proud to recognize Mason Mellon as our September Company Driver of the Month. Mason joined Stevens Transport in December of 2024 after earning his CDL from Tampa Truck Driving School. In his first year, he's already making waves, logging an impressive 11,846 miles in September alone while maintaining a flawless service record. But trucking isn't new to Mason. His passion started young, riding shotgun in his father's dump truck and dreaming of the day that he'd have his own rig. Now, Mason is living that dream. Congratulations, Mason, on becoming the September Company Driver of the Month. We also want to congratulate Anthony Tony Green on achieving the incredible milestone of 1 million miles. In case you didn't know, that's equivalent to circling the Earth 40 times, or driving from New York to Los Angeles over 350 times. Really, it represents countless hours of focus, skill, and dedication behind the wheel. Tony, your professionalism and commitment to safety make you an invaluable part of our team at Stevens Transport. We are very proud to celebrate you, congratulate you, and cheer you on to your next million. Speaking of 2 million, congratulations to William D. Morris on reaching over his 2 million miles. 2 million miles represents years of dedication, safety, providing for your family, and professionalism on the road. And it is a testament to who William is as a person and his commitment to excellence and reliability. Thank you, William, for your incredible service and for being such an important part of the Stevens family. Here's to many more miles ahead. Okay, that's going to do it for episode 167 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. If you found this podcast because you're searching for a brand new career, please make sure you visit the episode notes. We will have phone numbers and every link possible for you to learn more about Stevens Transport and even schedule a call with one of our recruiters. All the information is in the episode notes. And like we said earlier, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever platform you're enjoying it from, and share it with one of your fellow drivers. We sure would appreciate it. And finally, my name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.